ladies and gentlemen, Panzer Hero, and finally, a lot of you guys have been asking me why I don't play tank games on this channel. And yeah, that's a surprisingly common question. Well, finally we have a game about tanks on this channel. This is Total Tank Simulator. It's by noobs from Poland, and it's inspired by the so-called YouTube sensation of the past, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. So you could say this is a totally accurate tank simulator. Sort of. I mean, they're totally inaccurate tanks, so it's a totally inaccurate tank simulator, or TITS for short. So let's get on with it. Let's go into the campaign and see how we do. Okay, so this is a German campaign. And we've got, looks like 5 levels to go through. Let's start with level 1. Right, so I don't know what we're up against. We're attacking in this direction, so I think this is like half of the battlefield. This is basically like how T.I.T.S was. You have sort of, you can deploy like halfway across the battlefield, essentially. So I guess here would be sort of the middle of the grounds, and then this would be the back end here. So we're going to see what we can do with. So we've got $1,300. That's the amount of money we have. And these are the units we have to pick from. So we can put some landmines down, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to be too effective. But what I'm thinking of doing is we're going to do this properly. So I am going to have a couple of medium tanks. We're going to put these guys up front. So we're going to have some of these medium tanks up here. I'm just going to move you. There we go. So we're going to line up 4 medium tanks. And I'm going to put a heavy tank here. Now, I do want to get some anti-tank guns, but they're very, very expensive. So what I could do instead is fill it up with some light tanks, some Panzer IIs. So we could have a few light tanks like so. And that seems like a decent formation here. We still have some money left, so I'm going to put an anti-tank gun. But we're going to put this guy a little bit further away, so somewhere around here. And that hopefully means that he's going to be able to take some shots from that far away. That's the hope. But let's see how this plays out. Alright, here we go. So this is the battlefield we're in. We're going to zoom in a little bit. So we're up against the Russians. These look like BT-5s or BT-7s. And we've got a couple of T-34 85s there in the background. But it looks like they've got the 76mm cannon on them. So they're exchanging shots there. It looks like one of our Panzer IIIs is immobilized. And the BTs are now going for a little bit of flank here. So they're pretty fast sort of cavalry tanks. There's the anti-tank gun. Looks like he's immobilized one of them. But I think he might end up in a bit of trouble here. Because there are 2 BTs very, very close. Oh, he's immobilized another one. And that Tiger there is dealing with most of them in the back there. But it looks like we wiped out most of the enemies. There's a couple of tanks that's gotten behind our lines here. So, hopefully these Panzer IIs and 3s can deal with them. We've still got our Tiger left. The Tiger hasn't really moved, but I think he's mostly fine. So hopefully this anti-tank gun... Oh, it's ricocheted off the side of the T-34, though. Oh, no, there's a lot of smoke coming out of that Tiger. He might be about to go down. It looks like all of our tanks are immobilized, but we have destroyed everything except for this T-34. And there goes the final shot. So, not bad if I do say so myself. We actually won that on the first go. So we have had a number of losses. In fact, we lost nearly everything except for 3 tanks. But they were immobilized and not destroyed, so that's not exactly good. So we might need a new composition for the next one. Alright, level 2. Again, we don't know what we're up against, but we do have a little bit more money. Now, the anti-tank gun did seem to work quite well, so I'm going to put that there, but I'm going to have another one up here, because I think our right flank was in a bit of danger there. And I'm going to put the Tiger back here again, but this time we're going to have a lot more medium tanks, I think. The light tanks didn't seem to be all that effective, unfortunately, so I think that's as much as we can really do here. We have 50 left, so I'm going to put a light tank up in front, and hopefully that's the cannon fodder. But actually, I might want to move these guys. I'm just going to try and space them out a little bit more. And hopefully we're nicely covered here. So that's the sort of thing we're going for. Slightly less tanks, But we do have the anti-tank guns, so the hope is, if this formation keeps up, the anti-tank guns will be able to deal with them. Hopefully. Let's see. Alright, slightly different terrain here. So there goes the light tank. The Panzer II is there, but they do have artillery, which could prove to be a bit of a problem. So it looks like speed might actually be our thing here. Oh, that Panzer III has taken a nasty hit. It doesn't look like the anti-tank guns are able to actually fire that much. Oh no, they are actually firing at the BTs that are coming through, but these BTs are getting slowed down by the forest, and the artillery has already immobilized one of our Panzer IIIs over here. So that Tiger is immobilized as well. This is definitely not a good situation to be in. Yeah, no, this is definitely not good. That ricochet round from the Pak-40 there going off the T-34. It's immobilized it, but no, it's just been taken out. So we have that anti-tank gun left. Can he actually survive? And I don't know where this guy's going. It looks like he's going to deal with the artillery, but he might... Yep, he's been blown up completely there. This anti-tank gun is all that's left. There comes the artillery coming very close. And there it is. Defeat with the sad face right there. So, we're going to have to do that one again. It's definitely not a good situation. So, let's rethink this. The anti-tank guns definitely worked quite well, but I think their positioning was wrong. The light tank didn't do all that well, however, we do need something fast to deal with all of the artillery there. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to put the anti-tank guns much closer to the front this time. In fact, I might actually just have one. Two of them seem to not be entirely necessary or that effective. And I'm going to put all of these Panzer IIIs all the way at the front in a neat little formation like so. So we've got a bunch of them now. And I think we might even go for some artillery ourselves here. So we're going to put these guys a little bit further behind. And that's what we're going with. So we don't have the Tiger this time. But hopefully these medium tanks are much more capable at dealing with those long-range threats. We shall see. Okay, here we go. And already, one of our Panzer IIIs has taken a nasty hit from the artillery. This guy here took a nasty hit as well. But so far, nobody has been immobilized. We have lost one already. Let's see how our anti-tank gun is doing. We've lost another medium tank. Another medium tank's gone down. So we're losing the medium tanks very, very quickly here. Which is not good at all. It does look like the enemy seems to make use of that forest, so we might do better with some landmines in that area. Right, so we've got the artillery going off now. But definitely not able to hit anything that well at that sort of range. Our last medium tank out here has just been taken out. So, really, I think this is not a setup that works. Clearly. Alright, let's rethink this whole thing. So, we need something fast to get through their lines, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some landmines down here to stop them from getting through that forest. So that's cost us 40 each, but I think it'll be worth it. I'm going to put a little bit more over here. In fact, some more. And what we're going to do is I'm going to have a bunch of light tanks. Now, they didn't do so well initially, but I think a whole lot of light tanks might actually be very effective at getting to that artillery quickly. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to have a couple of anti-tank guns to back them up. So these guys will snipe off any tanks that do get through that line, and the light tanks will hopefully be able to get close enough to the artillery to actually do some damage and stop them from wrecking them. Because it does seem like the Panzer IIIs were able to get all the way forward, so the hope is the Panzer IIs might actually be fast enough to get all the way into them without being annihilated. But we shall see. Alright, here we go. So all those landmines in place there will hopefully stop them from getting through the forest. They are going straight through, and it looks like the artillery has already taken out our 2 of our Panzer IIs here, so this is definitely not good. There goes another one. Another 2 have been gone, been taken out. So we've got 4 of them left there. These BTs are not going through the forest as I initially hoped, but hopefully these anti-tank guns can deal with them. All of the Panzer IIs are dead now. So there's definitely a very, very, very bad situation here. And there goes the last anti-tank gun. So, no, that doesn't work either. Alright, let's clear the board and let's just throw in a bunch of Tigers. I think this is a situation where we just need the heaviest armor. And that's all we can really afford. So we're going to go with 4 Tigers and see how they deal with it. So 4 Tigers against a lot of BTs and a lot of T-34s. And they're definitely going to be very vulnerable to artillery, although the artillery has missed so far. It does look like the Tigers are making very short work of these BTs. A lot of them have been taken out already, but now it looks like they've been slowed down. And they're definitely starting to get bogged down. There's the artillery immobilizing one of our Tigers here. And there goes another hit. So 2 Tigers have now been immobilized. And they're being flanked by these BTs going through. But a lot more tanks have been killed, so we might be onto something here. These heavier tanks. There goes another Tiger that's been immobilized. We only have 1 mobile Tiger now, and one of the Tigers has actually been taken out. So if that last one gets immobilized, we might not have enough to actually deal with the artillery there. So, and it looks like these Tigers are completely incapacitated now. Oh, no, there's the turrets are moving again. There's some life in them yet, but I don't think they're going anywhere for now. This one over here is just completely stopped. Oh, there goes the smoke as well. He's been immobilized. So, while they can't exactly kill them that easily, it seems like these guys get taken out by the artillery instead of the tanks. So I don't know if this is the right setup at all. And it looks like we definitely need something more mobile than just anti-tank guns. Although, I'm starting to think that maybe they might be necessary. It's kind of all hopes down to this last Tiger, who seems to not really be able to do anything at the moment. I'm not sure exactly what he was shooting at. Or he's not shooting, it's just ricochets. And there he goes. So that's the last Tiger. So 4 Tigers, not quite what we're looking for here. Alright, so let's clear the board again. I'm going to try one last go at this. So I'm going to put the artillery forward this time. I'm going to put a Tiger up front. In fact, we might even do with 2 Tigers. And then we're going to fill up the rest with Panzer IIIs. And the reason is, the Panzer IIIs might actually be able to shield the Tigers somewhat. And then the Tigers, of course, can take them out. And the artillery, of course, can do some counter battery. At least that's the hope, anyway. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. And see, the artillery is already firing at the line of tanks. So, we might be onto something here. There's 1 tank already down. There's 2 of the BTs been taken out now. We've lost a Panzer III. We've got another one over there that's been immobilized. We've just lost another one. The artillery seems to be helping. But 2 Tigers don't seem to be able to do that much, unfortunately. Yeah, a lot more tanks getting through this time. Now there goes one of the artillery guns. And it looks like one more still active, but he might be about to go down as well. We've lost all the Tigers. We only have 1 Panzer III left. Valiantly fighting against the horde of Soviet tanks here. And there goes that that artillery shot. Looks like it's just immobilized him there. And there he goes. So, level 2 proving to be a lot more difficult than level 1, but I'm going to leave that one here. That is Total Tank Simulator. If you guys want to see more of this, do let me know down in the comments below. It's an odd game, and of course you can see the inspiration from Tabs, or Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, right here. You can definitely see that there is a lot of inspiration there. But the theme at least suits me a little bit better. But let me know what you think. And don't forget to leave a like if you've enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. My name is Panzer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.